Okay, next we're going to start thinking about actually implementing our simple sound effect. And so I wanted a sound effect that kind of indicated, a random selection. And I also didn't want to go and have to record something myself. So I went up to freesound.org, and so this is full of, community contributed sound effects. Did some searching, found something I liked, and what I liked was, let's search for a prize wheel. There we go, prize wheel. This is a prize wheel sound, and I'll just play this for you, and it's anyways, there you go. So what I did was I downloaded that and I used a utility to chop it down to the length I wanted, and we don't need to go through that. You can figure that out. So I've got a nice 3.75 second segment that we can work with. So yeah, let's continue on and actually implement playing that sound at the appropriate time. Thank you. So let's add some audio. First thing we want to do is add our MP3 file. So prize wheel MP3. Good place to put that is assets. Let's create a folder in here called sounds. Sounds good to me. And let's plop the file right in there. Can I drag it? Let's try that. I'm not sure if I can do this. Hey, it worked. Awesome. Okay. So next thing, we need to actually play this sound. In our shake it method in home, this method gets called when we shake it. We're going to do the following. We're going to say let audio equals new audio. Okay. And according, that's already available for us. It's HTML audio element. Excellent. And we just need to pass in the path to the file we want to play. So this will be assets sounds prize-wheel.mp3. Let's keep it simple. Audio.play. Okay, so it should be as simple as this. Now, while we're waiting for it to build, I wanted to mention there's another mechanism available. You can use Ionic's native audio. And when you do that, you've got a little more fine-grained control over the audio control. If you use native audio, then you can precisely say when to start. Versus with the HTML5 audio, there's a delay. When you say play, it actually loads the file, then it starts it. So in an application like ours, the exact precise timing is not that critical. So I think this is good enough. Maybe later we'll switch over to native audio. One downside of native audio is it only works on a Cordoba device, like if it's on your phone or if it's on your tablet. Excellent. If it's in your web browser, well, it doesn't work, so you can't really test it. Third option is you could create a hybrid that just checks, am I on this platform or that platform? And that's a good way to go. But for now, let's see if this worked. I'll go shake it. That seemed to work. Thank you very much. Okay, before we move on to the next thing, I'd like to do something really small and simple, which is when we're shaking it, I'd like to show the loading controller to give a visual indication that we're busy. So let's go do that. So in home.ts, let's inject the Ionic Angular class called loading controller. So go private loading controller. And this is an instance of a loading controller. And I think it auto-completed that for me. It should have pulled it in. There it is. Pulled it in from Ionic Angular. Ionic, angular, sorry. Here, let's get rid of this commented line. Don't need that anymore. And now down here, similar to audio, we're going to set it up at the very top. So I'll say let loading equals this dot loading controller dot create, and good, we can see it takes some options. I happen to know that the option that we're interested in is called content, so I'll just set content to shaking it. That works for me. Now we need to do two things. We need to tell this code when to create the loading controller, and then tell it when to dismiss. So we'll just take a loading here, and I think a good time to start it would be right about here. No, it doesn't matter, anywhere in here, and I think it's called present. Yes, present is the method, so we'll call present. And similarly down here, when we're all done, we'll say loading controller loading dot dismiss. Okay, save that. And will you do the usual little wait. And now let's try it. Shake it. That does what I wanted. Very nice. Okay, thank you. Let's move on.